Hi, everybody. I'm Valerie, and welcome back to IELTS Grader. Today, I'm so excited to talk to Disha. She lives in India, and she's planning on taking the IELTS exam in December. She is one of our awesome IELTS Grader users, and I'm really happy that she agreed to share with us why she's taking the exam, how she's studying, and any tips that she has for you guys.
Okay, hi Valerie, this is Disha here. I'm currently living in Pune city, which is in India, and I am working as an SAP technical consultant in Accenture. The moment I wanted to attain a permanent residency, I planned on giving IELTS exams because of the same.
So, you mentioned that you're looking to live in Canada. What
Yes.
about Canada made you think, oh, I definitely want to spend a good chunk of my life there?
Okay, there are several YouTube videos which are quite mesmerizing when it comes to Niagara Falls, the culture of Ontario, Toronto. And the biggest thing which I would like to mention is that I'm currently working for a project which involves government of Alberta. So you see, I keep on communicating with the onshore team, and I realize that the work culture there is far much better than what am I, working in. So this made me determined to at least try for Canada, and I want to be there.
Yeah, yeah. Where do you think you would live? I know I've only been to like the Niagara Falls area. I've heard there are other beautiful parts of Canada. So, where would you go?
Okay, so Edmonton would be my preference, or Toronto, or Vancouver. So these are the three cities which are in my mind right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
And these are the most popular ones. Whenever you ask anybody, anybody from India specifically, so they'll give you the same answers.
Oh, interesting. So you think you would want to be more in a city than like a more rural area.
Yes.
Cool. Okay. Well, you are from a city, so that does make sense.
That's true enough.
So when you were staying with the Canada mindset, when you moved to Canada, do you think that you want to stick with kind of the same job you're working on now? Is there something new that you would want to explore once you live in a different place?
Well, it depends upon my job profile. So currently, I am an SAP technical consultant. So SAP is a vast domain to increase your career in. So I would like to continue with its SAP itself, but nowadays the cloud architecture is on boom. So I've even started working on Azure, AWS, in collaboration with SAP. So there are plenty of jobs which I've seen in Canada suitable for this profile. So I feel I would continue my career with SAP, and to grow further, it would be in connection with the cloud.
Do you find that it's the writing that you're practicing the most for, or are there other aspects of the test that you're spending an equal more time on?
Because of my hectic schedule, I have my working hours from 12 p.m. to 10 p.m. IST. So it's around 12 hours of working. I am not able to dedicate myself equally for all the sections. So the section which I was most worried about was the writing part, because I gave sample IELTS test where I was attaining 7.5 and above in listening and reading, but writing and speaking are the parts which I'm actually scoring a bit low than my expectation. So I'm working more on writing, then speaking, then listening and reading.
That makes sense. Okay. Do you have a strategy? You just said that you have definitely a hectic work schedule. Do you have a strategy for setting yourself up to study that you find really works around your schedule in that way?
Yes, definitely, I do. I anyhow dedicate 1 hour at least reading articles from BBC News, CNN News, and if I'm not able to dedicate more than 1 hour, it's just suffice my requirement because the podcasts which are displayed on podcast which are on BBC News are very helpful for the current scenarios because they tell about several different topics like climate, technologies, women empowerment, etc. So you get many ideas when it comes to reading these articles in terms of writing as well as speaking assessment.
Oh, okay. I agree. Podcasts are a really unique and compelling way to get information. So
Yeah.
I think that's a really good tip.
Yes, and along with that, you can download several apps like Daily Hunt. Then CNN and BBC are quite common. Even the historical news, which is quite fascinating to read about.
Do you have a favorite type of news that you like to read about in particular?
Oh yes, there's an app which is known as In Shorts. So it really helps me a lot because that app consists of a news merely in 60 words. So you attain knowledge for the current affairs as well as you read complete news enthusiastically because you know that it is not lengthy paragraph or something. It is just 60 words which you will, complete in a few minutes or seconds.
Yeah. Sometimes that's the hardest part, knowing that you have the entire article to go through. So having that little chunk and know I'm going to get to the end, I can do this. That's really helpful. I'd never heard of that app before.
Okay, do try InShots app. It's basically famous in India.
So you've talked about your dreams and hopes for what the exam can help you with. You've talked a little bit about your academics and the way that you're going about your IELTS journey. Are there any tips in particular that have really stuck with you that you think other people should know or take into consideration when they're studying for their exam?
Yes, many people procrastinate their work. I would just say that you should keep on practicing. A delay of 1 day can make huge differences in your IELTS score. So, first and foremost is you should always keep practicing. Second, daily read articles and newspapers. So they assist you in several ways to improve your vocabulary, grammar, and sentence structure. So these are the two famous tips I would like to give. And these are the most common tips which everybody will give. So the first and foremost thing which I would like to thank to you and your team is the artificial intelligence and the platform is really user friendly. And to practice my writing, it has helped me immensely. So,
Thank you so much, Disha, for taking some time to sit down and talk to us about your journey, what your dreams and goals are, and how you're going to move forward with them. From us at IELTS Grader, we wish you good luck on your exam.
Thank you so much, Valerie. I have a question here. Would you like to give any kind of tip to me on my improvement on how should I work more? Because there are only 20 days left for my examination.
That's a really good question. I think that don't stress yourself out, I would say. From what I'm hearing, you're practicing, you're writing, you're reading everything you need to each day in that good set time limit. as you get closer to the exam, try not to increase that amount. Keep it as your little set, your hour, work on it every day. If you try to cram too much into your head on the day before the exam, the day of the exam, you're going to stress yourself out to the point where your brain's not going to be able to think about it. It's really important that you set aside that time. Okay, I'm going to bed. I'm not going to study. I'm not going to stress about it. I'm going to sleep and I'm going to think on it. And then when you go into the exam, just try to sit down wherever you're taking it, take a couple deep breaths, and just keep yourself in that mindset of like, I can do it. I've got this.